a valve, a chamber, a valve, and then a chamber. This is the vein. This is the atrium. This is the ventricle. And this is the artery. This here is the atrioventricular valve because it is between the atrium and the ventricle.
Yeah.
This here is the semilunar valve, which is between the ventricle and the artery. Remember, blood pushes open the valve, so when the ventricle contracts and therefore the volume decreases, the pressure increases, therefore it pushes the valve open, the blood will be pushed open when the pressure in the ventricle is greater than the pressure in the artery.
Yeah.
And that will cause the walls to bulge outwards, which is what you feel as your pulse.
Okay.
When the ventricle has finished contracting, it will then relax, which is known as diastole, and the blood will flow back towards. Okay?
And then the valve.
Again, you've got blood flowing in through here. Here's your valve, which is between the atrium and the ventricle. That's being pushed open by the flow of blood. This then contracts, so the volume decreases, the pressure increases. It then pushes blood here. Now that blood flow is going to push closed this valve here when the pressure is greater in the ventricle than in the atrium. And that blood flow is then going to push open this valve when the blood pressure is greater in the ventricle than in here, and this is which is the pulmonary artery. So this is going to push the blood out through there. In terms of the stimulation of it, you remember you've got a sinoatrial node, which is here. That causes a wave of stimulation which spreads out across the atria, here and here. And then that travels down to the next, which is the atrioventricular node, which is here. And that AVN, there's then a pause for about 1/10 of a second, and then it spreads down here, the bundles of His, and then spreads up over those bundles of His, the Purkinje tissue, so that the wave of contraction then starts from the bottom up, because what you want is this whole thing to contract inwards to squeeze the blood up here and out of the vessels. So that's why you have that bit down there.